Okay. That might be a little too high. Okay. That I think that's better. Hello. Hi. If it sounds like I'm a little depressed, I kinda am because I found out that number of my live streams, which I've been using royalty free music by like inspired by, is getting for some reason copyright claimed by people that are just like either using his music and are just monetizing my videos. So yeah, that's fucking great. But ultimately, I've had to dispute a number of claims by saying, "Yo, I have the license," because like legit, like one the one thing I've heard that like Inspired just wants is that he's not asking for money; he just wants to be given credit. And when I downloaded a lot of the music off of the website, it came with a license that I was told that I need to put into description if I was using videos and whatnot. So I supplied that, and I've used it to dispute a number of claims. Not saying that it's gonna work, but it's fucking something. I'm also gonna be using his music because it is still like, unless something changes, it is ultimately still royalty free in my book. And I really don't have any other a number of like other alternatives and whatnot that I actually do enjoy listening to while driving hard. Anyway, um, pretty much I am going to be working on the rest of this artwork, and hopefully that's a little better. But hopefully, yeah. Yeah, today I'm going to be working on the rest of the artwork. I want to kind of change some things around with the previous and add some stuff. First and foremost, the faces. I feel like that's a little too. I don't know. It doesn't vibe with me anymore. Like it was fun in the moment, but now it just kind of looks a little off. So I want to kind of make some adjustments to that. Do I have any up? Probably should have thought about this. Well, I guess this does count. Then it just occurred to me. Let's move this down a bit. I think that's like way too high up. And it's like a little too high up. It could definitely be moved. Okay, I just realizing, yeah, that's, let's see. Screen capture, no. I think this is it. That looks better. Anyway, right. I want it somewhere in the middle. I don't want it too low, but I don't want it too high either. I want it somewhere in the middle. Nah, no, no, no. Let's get that. And then, as I was doing a gradient for the hair and the dress, I want to do a gradient for the lighting. So, let's have this. Where's the skin? There's the skin. Alright, so. Mixture of those. Why is it doing that? Hang on. Ah, okay. Ah, that's why. Okay, I'm getting it now. Alright. Well, in that case... There we go. Alright. Now we can go. Alright, so... have that be the middle color. Have that be the darkest. Have that be the brightest. Reverse it. No, 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 no. I do not want that. Okay, let's try that again. Alright. I feel like a use of a gradient, and also, this could be a little lighter. I'm not even gonna front. This could be a little lighter. This could be a bit... Yeah, that could work. Okay, so that... I think that brings out a little more of a vibrant... Not vibrancy, but more of a... Kind of fleshes out the... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. It kind of fleshes out the use of coloring with this, because the coloring here is without shading, so... Which also reminds me, I should make shading. So, let's see. With that in mind, let's move it slightly. There we go. Alright. That should be good. Same for Kagero. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I was considering adding more, but she's the only one with her faces. With their faces, their skin out. Alright, so. Alright, let's do the same thing. Take it. Go. Let's go to darkest, brightest. There we go. Now, is this? Oh. Oh. Oh no. I'm gonna need a line works. Okay, so it's going way too much. No, 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 no. Okay. Have a solid render. Got it, got it, got it. Want to see if how far I can go with this. Okay, that's actually not that bad. All right. Let's take it. This could be lighter. And this could be a little darker. Okay. Again over here. All right. I think this will work. All right, that. Okay, that looks a little too obvious. I want to make it look a little more subtler. Come on, click. There we go. That's better. And then where's the dress? There it is. Alright. Now for the face. Where did I put the face? Where did I put the face? Where did I put the face? It's somewhere. I know that for sure. I put the face somewhere. But where? And there it is. Alright. her. Go back to the line work on that. Where is it? Here it is. Alright, let's see if I can't isolate that. That's more work than it is. It's more work than it needs to be. Okay. Maybe for the face there shouldn't be a line on her. Or maybe I should redo it. That's a little better. Now, let's see. wow, it is looking nice. Thank you. Yeah. I am adjusting it a little more because while I like the little cat mouth and whatnot on them, is like, I'll be honest, like looking back, like it was cute for the moment, but I wanted to put a little more into it. It wasn't really fitting the whole aesthetic I was trying to go for with the whole piece, so I wanted to change it up. Okay. Okay, that's, I think, a little too overdone. And then I'm gonna be honest, this is a little too hard to see. So, or hang on, I should probably, yeah. Let's do that. I might as well just try. Understandable on the mouth. Just imagine if you were drawing this on a piece of paper. No way to erase your sticks easily. I have. Oh god, and you have no idea. Like, oh fuck. Like you think. Like if you like anybody who is else who is watching this, if you think drawing on digital art is hard, try sketchbook paper. Because, like, you can erase your mistakes if you do it right, but there comes a certain point where there are going to be like irreversible marks on the paper to the point where it's like you got to use whiteout. It is, oh god, there was like so many limitations with sketch art. Like you fucking, oh god. I still have to, like, in digital art, I still have to work with limitations, but there's a lot more variety to it. There's a lot more freedom I have with it. And that's why I like it. Oh. I got an idea. We already did the gradient with the hair, the skin. I want to do a little more gradient with Kagato's hair. So let's take a look here. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, you're around here. Here it is. Here it is. Alright. So, let's get our colors set up. First things first. That's too small. There we go. Alright, and brightest. Alright. Okay, so let's go here. Alright. Okay, so that to that. Darkest color, darker there, and more of a shine on that. Light is bending this way, so let's have it bent that way. Okay. Oh boy, this. That is a bad color to add for the chat. Give me a sec. The more limited a product is, the more limited product it is, people will learn new stuff to go above and beyond. Same with anything. If something is limited, people will find a way to go above and beyond. Yeah, that's a really good point. It, like, when you have the freedom to do whatever you want and anything and everything, sometimes that can work really against you. It's when you're put up to those limitations, you have to work in those limitations. That, yeah, I do believe that you can get some people go above and beyond, and some of the biggest forms of art and some of the biggest forms of entertainment even are perfect examples of that. For example, one of the biggest series, personally in my childhood and a lot of other people as well, Invader Zim. Invader Zim is a prime example of working in limitations, because Invader Zim is dark as hell. It really is. But you can't have like blood, gore, and guts on a Nickelodeon show for kids. You can't. So what do? They get creative. Instead of showing right out the gate that there's going to be blood, gore, and guts, they have no blood, and they have like no blood whatsoever, and anything graphic that happens, most like 9 times out of 10, shown in the shadows, or not even shown at all. Instead, there's a creativity to the art. Like, I remember there was an episode where they had where Zim literally had a machine rip out a kid's eyes, and then the really interesting thing about it is that as soon as it was starting to happen, the camera panned over just to show the shadow. All you saw were the eyes coming out of his sockets and being replaced with new cybernetic ones. But there was no blood, no gore. It was like taking a piece off of a doll and then replacing it with a new one in shadow. There was an implication, a heavy implication, but it was very, very like it was not showing any graphic details, but there was enough graphic with the limitation there, and I think that's what makes a lot of media such as Invader Zim and so many others that have to work in those limitations, like, make them really well beloved and praised. I personally like. Oh man, I forgot my train of thought. But yeah, definitely, I am in agreement. The limitations of media and art and media for that matter, it can have such a great impact in making something like much better than sometimes it has any right to be. It doesn't even necessarily apply to art necessarily. You can consider that with a lot of stuff. For example, like video games. When video games have like specific modes that like limit you, like you can, like there are a number of video games that have like particular modes where it's like you have to defeat this opponent this many times. However, you can't do this, and that, and this, and that, or it's like game-breaking stuff, the stuff that makes it so much easier. But you can't do that, otherwise you fail the mission and you have to start over. That limitation and that limitation, that restriction, can lead to people getting creative and lead to people trying to figure out, okay, if I can't do this, and that, what if I do that, this, and that instead? Like, limitations can be a total pain to work with, but when you know how to work with them, and not just work with them, also utilize them in ways that can help you improve and be better, it's a wonder. It works wonders. Anyway, okay, so pretty much I think I am done with the coloring on them for the most part. So, honestly, I am more than willing to start adding a little more detail in on the background and everything. So, let's see. At the very least, like, I want to get started on the background.
Choose your fighter.
Okay. Ah, here it is. Take off the gradient. Or wait. Honestly, let's keep the gradient on, but just have more of a radius. Okay, so maybe I should make this the pink instead. I don't know. That might... Yeah, I don't think that necessarily is going to work. So, let's change it up, I think. I think it'd be better if I changed it up. actually. Yeah, this looks a lot more. I like this a lot better. I usually what I do with gradients is combine multiple gradients on top of each other. It doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it really pops. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I generally I have worked with gradient before, but that was with Adobe Illustrator, I believe. This is the first time I've used a gradient in Autodesk Sketchbook, so this is gonna forgive me. This is gonna look a little. I know it's gonna look like it could be better, but I, I'm I'm gonna do my best. Alright. So next, what I want, primarily for the background, is I want there to be like little cherry blossoms. So this might be doing a little too much, but I don't care. I think it. Well, I'm not exactly sure how to draw cherry blossoms, but I can definitely draw leaves. You really are your own worst critic. You're doing fine. Eh. Personally, I like to think that's a good quality of myself. The one thing I don't want to become is... the one thing I don't want to become is, like, completely, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't know what word for it, but the point is, I don't want to become the arrogant artist. That's the thing I want to avoid. I'm hard on myself, but ultimately, like, it's in the sense of, like, I want to see myself, like, essentially this not being, like, the best I can do, but more so, like, it's good, but I can definitely do better, and later on, when I try to incorporate more from my artwork later down the line, I can do a lot better than I was doing before. It's like that quote from Bleach, you know, strive to be better than before, strive to be better than how you were yesterday, but never perfect. And that's something I do not want to become. I don't want to become a perfect artist. I want to improve. Egotistical? I think that's the word. Yeah, like, yeah, okay, that's a good word. Yeah, I don't want to become egotistical. I don't want to become... I really don't want to become full of myself. Like, it is one thing to acknowledge that I have, you know, talent in art, and it's one thing to acknowledge what I can and can't do, my strengths and everything, but I also have to take a step back and look at where I lack, and understand that I also have a lot to... there's also... not a lot, but... well, I guess there is a lot, but understand that there is a number of things I still have to learn. Because ultimately, I am, when it comes to art, both for sketch and digital, I'm self-taught. So ultimately, like, there's gonna be stuff that is just gonna fly right by me that I wasn't even aware of before. I wasn't even this before. Like how, you want to know something? The first time I was drawing, I didn't realize. The first thing when I started doing digital art, the one thing I did not realize was that in digital art, you could actually do multiple layers. That's one thing I did not realize, because I had been so used and so I gotten so used to doing sketch art that I was so used to just drawing on one canvas, and if one canvas, one layer, and if I fuck that up, I'd have to redo everything again. I could pull up the old sketch if you really want to see, if people really want to see, but ultimately, yeah, it's like the majority of the work was done on one layer when I was first doing it, and then it was only until like I started moving on and I started getting a little more used to digital art that I was like, oh, I can actually do more layers. So if I do this, it has no effect whatsoever on that particular piece. That is a limitation of sketch art, and that's a freedom I didn't have as a sketch artist. And now it's something I incorporate, like, it's muscle memory now. But yeah, like, ultimately, I do believe that as an artist, like, currently as I'm at, if I were to take a really good look at myself, I'd like to say that I'm doing really well. Like, yeah, there are points where it's like I could improve and whatnot, but ultimately I think I like where I am. But if you were to ask me if I am perfectly satisfied with the level of artwork I am at right now, and if you were to ask me if I am perfectly satisfied with like just where I am and never improving, I'd say no. I definitely want to improve. I definitely want to get better. Same here. I forgot to layer tool was a thing to layer on. Is essential for digital art. Yeah, it is. That's unless you actually have worked with like a number of a number of different mediums in art. It is hard to forget that digital art has that freedom where you can just take a layer and then take another layer and then not have to fuck with anything you drew on the previous layer. Of course, it comes with its own peeves, like this one, for instance. I think anybody who has done digital art knows this particular peeve. And then just continue to do your art, realizing, oh shit, that shouldn't be there. And then going back and forth trying to find the layer that you did this on. Sometimes it's just, it's shit that also... Sometimes it can end up being shit that ends up being in the exact same layer and that you fucked up. But thankfully with digital art, you have the ability to go back and redo. But sometimes if you get too far into a piece and that fuck up is there, you gotta do it again. Digital art has its benefits, but it also has a number of things where it's like you gotta keep in mind. It's easy to get careless with digital art. With sketch art, I personally kind of like it, even though it definitely is a little more taxing, it's a little more difficult. I like it because, like, with a limitation in mind, it is so much, like, I phrase it? Essentially, with sketch art, there isn't a level there. Like there is carelessness, but the level is so much less when it comes to digital art. Same, I hate when that happens. Yeah, it is. Like that's the. I guess to bring it back to that whole thing of limitation and limitations and whatnot, that is kind of a downside to having this freedom, is that you become careless in certain aspects, and certain shit can just fly right by you and you won't even notice it. All right, let's. Oh, I kind of like this. Okay. Oh, that works better. I like that. Right. Maybe if I had added onto it with the hairbrush. Where the fuck did it go? Nope. I like that. I like that. Little improvisation, but you know, it works. It works. I like it. Okay. Aside from that, here comes the tricky part. I have to create a background full of stars, which doesn't sound too bad until you consider that the idea that I want isn't just... Hang on, let me... It isn't just this. Like, I want to make it look a little more realistic to a degree. Okay. We'll just start with that, and then the rest I'll figure out. Clear it out. Paste it. Stars are easier than you may think. It depends on how you try to pull it off. Yeah. But again, this is like I was going back to before, like I'm self-taught. Like I'm not necessarily like I'm not too quite sure on how to draw stars. I've done it before, but it's come off more as like dust bunnies to me than actual stars. So I don't know, like I'm just gonna try. It should work. Like, I want to find a tool that will best be used for what I want. Let's see. Actually, this might work. Myra Payne with drawing stars in the sky uses the size tool and shift between small and big dots in the background, using the fade and smear tool to make it appear. Oh, interesting. I might want to try that sometime, but this time I kind of want to go with this idea. Like I might try that, but this one I want to go with my own with this particular idea. Actually, wait, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Making this much harder than it needs to be. Actually, have a dash of pink. All right. Do whatever makes you comfortable, man. Yeah. All right. So. Oh. That. All right. Actually. I did not know Cyberpunk 2077 music was copyright free until now. I know it has nothing to do with what's happening, still wanted to bring it up. I mean, I appreciate it, because apparently, people are trying to claim and monetize my videos for Lakey inspired music, which, last time I checked, was royalty free. Like, the songs Midnight Bounce and Too Bad, and I think Arcade from Lakey Inspired are songs I've gotten, like, copyright claims for. They didn't take down the streams, thankfully, but they are attempting to monetize them. I had to file multiple disputes telling them I got the license, and quite frankly, you don't own the music. It's royalty free. Yeah, and I checked back with the tracks. Yeah, they're the exact same tracks. There's just people overseas that are singing or rapping over them. And yeah. But if Cyberpunk 2077 music is copyright free, I'll have to check it out sometime. Really, people are rapping to lo-fi hip-hop? Seems to me, I can't necessarily tell, but there are definitely, like, I posted this on Twitter, but there are definitely, like, songs out there that are using Lakey inspired music and either singing over them or whatnot, and for some reason they decide, yeah, let's take someone else's instrumental and make money off of it by targeting other people who are using that particular instrumental and making money off of it. And I'm like, no, fuck you. And I've checked, like, the dates of certain these music. They were not the first to do it. And I know that for a fact. Like, when Lakey inspired to make some music, like, I've downloaded it, I got the license, and then I double check with, like, a lot of this music that he has under him that a lot of other people are using. Yeah, they're using his instrumentals for their own songs and profiting off of it. And that's something, like, I'm not an expert on law, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something that something to come up in, like, some form of issue with that. But anyway, I disputed the claims best as I could. Just I told him strictly, yeah, I got the license. Yeah. You might be right about that. I listened to the tracks that were mostly random sounds mixed in with the songs. No flow or rhythm. They were probably trying to use the covers. Yeah. Yeah. And there's one particular track, I don't know, something about like uh some horror stuff. I don't fucking know, but it's like just kind of horror sound effects and whatnot, and at the end it plays like he inspired Arcade, and I'm like, ah, fucking fuck you guys. There's one track though, like I keep getting claimed for it. I can't find it because it is the song is like he inspired it's too bad, but for some reason, like fucking I'll I'll see if I can. Yeah, I'll see if I can pull it up because I have it. But I don't know. Like like the song. It's a song Lakey inspired. It's too bad, and for some reason, like I've gotten claimed for that song, and I don't know fucking why. And the claims just keep coming in. Like, okay, this one kind of perplexes me because now, um, my live streams are getting claimed for the song "Garden" by Lakey Inspire, by Lakey Inspired, which is weird. It's really weird, and like at this point, I have to really ask because I need to get into contact with Lakey Inspired at some point and ask him like, hey, are your musics royalty free? If not, I need you to tell me if it is. But there are certain tracks I love to have a list of tracks that are not royalty free so that I don't keep getting claimed. Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, here it is. So the song is "Evening Vibes Donny Parr" by Douglas Parmel. For whatever reason, I can't fucking find it. I don't know if the in part of me is starting to think that somebody's just fucking with me. But even if they aren't, and if they are, like, fucking, that's not your song. You have no fucking right to just fucking. You have no fucking right to just take that other music and other music that's intended for not just me, but content creators on the platform to use for fair use purposes and royalty free purposes. You have no right to take that and then just go, yeah, I'm gonna profit off of that, motherfuckers. Like, oh god. Okay, the arms are kind of troubling me right now. Okay, this isn't working. Well then. On an unrelated note, anything you're excited on releasing sometime soon? That's a good question. Because I don't... I guess, well, it already technically released, but I guess if we're talking about soon, the PC port for, Persona 4 Arena. But aside from that, like, if we're talking about, like, I don't know, if we're talking about media that's, like, brand new and gonna be coming out, that is a good question. I really don't know. I really don't know. It's, but I don't know. It's ultimately I don't pay too much attention nowadays to like what's upcoming and everything, mainly because my job ties me down and I don't really have uh that freedom to pay attention to everything. But I guess I don't know. I guess I heard a while back. I don't know how true this is. I heard a while back that Atlas is actually doing something with Persona 1 and 2. At the very least, I think I heard something about 2. So, I guess that'll be interesting to take a look at. I think it might have. I think it might have been like Persona 2 Innocent Sin or Eternal Punishment getting ports, whether it's for the Switch or PC. I'm not sure, but yeah. And there's that's right. I also heard Dragon Ball FighterZ is releasing Lab Code 21. And not gonna lie, she looks kind of fun. I'm actually hoping for that to come out sometime. I don't know when that's gonna come out, but I'm excited for that. As for anything else, I guess there has been one game in particular, personally, I've been kind of looking forward to, but whether or not it's going to come out soon, that is up in the air. I don't know whether or not this game is still going to come out, but all I can say is that I think definitely the company is still working on it, at least. And that is a continuation of Alien Hominid, which is an old game, like from the days of Newgrounds flashes and whatnot, that got a port to the PS2, and yeah, it was one of my favorite games. And you know, I heard that it was going to be coming back. Haven't heard much about it ever since, but I heard something about that. But yeah, I guess I was like, now I'm thinking about it, I was simply talking about games. I guess aside from games, if I had to talk about anything releasing, well, Komi-san I heard is getting a second season, sometime this year. I'm looking forward to that. As for anything else, I'd have to double check, but Um, if it is coming out soon, yeah, they are still working on Alien How. The studio takes time with games of their scale. Okay, yeah, then they can take the time that they need. But yeah, in regards to shows, I'd have to double check, but I really want Niero to Makun season 3. I don't know if it's come out yet, and if it is, I need to start watching that. But yeah, Niero Makun season 3, cause fucking no spoilers, but it definitely there is a number of chapters that are actually like my legitimate in the manga that are legitimate favorite. Oh man, it's like I really can't wait for Idama-kun season 3 because oh god, I it's hard to say anything without spoiling anything because it's so fucking good. Speaking of which, I am caught up on the manga and yeah, I'm really liking where it's going. I guess that works. I think that's fine. Alright. I think overall, yeah. Not, for right now, I don't necessarily think there's too much I can do. Well, there is definitely much I can do, but it's definitely, like, I like where it is. Yeah, I definitely like where it is. Oh. So then, next time I get on the drawing, well, ultimately, I am going to make this its own piece and whatnot, but I want to ultimately make this its own piece, but next time when I start drawing again, I'll definitely be working on these two. Don't know how long that's going to take me, but yeah. Yeah, ultimately, I do think that'll do it for tonight. Oh my god. My arm. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm most likely have to deal with more of those fucking copyright claims after this video ends. Whatever. But yeah, pretty much anybody who is like first time just watching me and whatnot, if you want to see, if you like more of my artwork and whatnot, I got a portfolio on Artstation. You can check me out on Twitter, where most likely I'm gonna have a lot of. Mostly you can just keep up with what I'm doing and whatnot. If you just like shitposting games and whatnot, yeah, feel free to check out my second channel where I promote Kaga to the Final Boss. Couldn't CB, Nightman, take a break. Yeah, definitely. Since the end of the month is coming up, I think for right now this is where I'm gonna put the art on pause for a bit and then focus on something else and then come back to this, because I've been a little too on. I've been looking a little too much on this. I think I need a little break, a bit of a breather. And then when I come back, I'll be able to tackle it much better. But whatever. I'm gonna get out of here. So yeah, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for joining me so much, and take care.